I'm back. Okay, Joel, as much fun as that was.
Is it time to do Lyle's thing?
Oh yeah, what time is it?
Because we're going to need to reassemble our party. It's
Probably
8.
late enough.
Yeah, it's 8, so... it was Ernest, Papanu, and Helen.
I had a lot of, fun? Yeah? So much fun to help my genuine friends out. Okay, so we need to lose Joel 2. We need to grab Papa New. And Helen. Hi. Please stop saying you're behind me when you join the party.
No. She says silently as she's behind you. This is somebody's kink, but it's not not this Sam's kink.
I'm actually curious what happens if we don't bring the original party.
I'm pretty sure he just picks up at a certain point. That's just spine.
Okay. I was gonna say, was that Helen? Because that's... you're not... I'm gonna bring Audrey with us just to see what happens. I just saved, so we can just load her.
Yeah.
If whatever. So somebody suggested that Lyle may come to the apartment once we're done with this.
I'm not holding my breath out.
Yeah,
for
I'm
that.
not holding my breath, though. You're back. Ready to play? Okay, let's start. Oh. They're just letting us bring
Yeah,
Audrey and stuff.
I'm assuming it's just like you update everybody.
Okay, last, you see the fortress of Final Dawn towers menacingly above desolate flame-scorched waste. The soul of the land has been drained. Inside is Zalmoxis the Soul Reaver, foe of all mankind. You step inside, ready for your final challenge. At the entrance is another adventurer, someone you didn't expect. Can you, tell us about your... I love this! That he
Yeah.
actually works it in instead of just...
Yeah.
spit down a can. I used to play as Rhea, Scalefolk Cleric of Rubazal, with my old group. Protector of the Grove, healer, wielder of nature magic. Can I still use her? Sounds like a cool character. Wow, I didn't know we had a veteran at the table. Of course you can play as Rhea. Let's move on. With your newfound friend, you journey onwards to defeat the Wizard Lord. The battle was hard fought. You wipe the sweat off your brow and the blood off your sword as you survey the aftermath. So I had to choose who to leave behind. I left Helen behind just because she seemed the least interested.
Yeah, I think
Really?
she was growing to it, but I was definitely like, this is not a hobby for her.
Yeah. I'm here because I guess I'm enjoying some time with friends, but this particular thing is not my cup of tea.
Which is kind of funny because I think... I don't know everyone's aspects, because there's two They're not counting the new characters you get in like the 2.0 update.
Mm-hmm.
There are 3 characters we have not gotten that have been around since like the 1.0 era.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure 2 of them would not have cared for this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I know one of them would have just tried to stream the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I think he probably would have been more into it, but those other 2, I think they would.
Yeah, I don't feel like it.
I don't think they've been into this. But I think out of everyone that I'm aware of, I think maybe except for Aster,
Mm-hmm.
I think this is probably like our best group, because
Aster may be into it.
I was thinking Aster's like the only new one I could see being into it, because I think Ernest and Audrey are actually veteran D&D players.
Yeah.
Well, the M and W
Yeah.
players, and Poppy New is actually kind of like really into the whole
Yeah,
role-playing
he's like
thing.
he's getting into it.
He's not like, he's definitely like, this is my first time, because he's doing that if to everything kind of joke.
And it's part
But
of the fun, though.
But he's also, like, genuinely just into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think this is, like, the group you would get the most kind of D&D fun out of.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else we could potentially bring.
I think Aster's about the only other one, but that's because I think he's basically, like...
Yeah,
this is kind of up his nerdy alley, like with anyone else.
Yeah, Aster maybe. I feel like Joel could maybe enjoy it.
Joel, okay, actually there's 4 characters we didn't get the little girl.
That's true. I don't know where she is. I'm shocked.
I think she's a door encounter and we just never got her.
Yeah.
Because I think out of those 4 characters, they're all door encounters and we just never got them.
Okay, among the bodies is a small wooden chest with a golden lock. Yeah, I can't open. You kneel as you excitedly pull the lid up. The excitement is cut short when small darts shoot from the lock directly into your arm. It's a poison dart! You stumble backwards and collapse at the feet of your companions. It looks like you'll need to rest instead of pressing onwards. You faced the undead Leviathan, braved the Soul Prism, and even freed the Dire Golem in the Fortress of Final Dawn. Just kind of fast-forwarded through all of that.
Yeah.
One final challenge awaits you. As you stand in front of the Eternal Archway, you know that in mere moments your final confrontation with Zalmoxis will be at hand.
The old bard casts a solemn look to his companions, knowing full well this will all be his final battle. Good luck, old friend. I know we've got this.
It's been a long journey, fellows. This is the final stop, Godspeed. We've been through a lot together, huh? I guess this is it. Good luck, everyone. I would say no, we haven't, but Lyle literally just listed off a lot that we went through.
Yeah, we've been through a lot.
Off screen.
There's a specific reason they call it a band of brothers, is because once you go through, like, a battle or two, you're brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, personally, for me, I'd go with "We got this, guys," just because I know the "It's been an honor to serve with you all" is like a more like righteous thing to say, but it also implies that you're all going to die at the end, and it's like I'd at least like to have the optimistic idea that we would mostly come out of it alive.
Also, I'm Remy.
You're also Remy.
We got this, guys. With both great courage and great trepidation, you step through the archway of eternity into a field of stars. Yeah, that's a final boss room. All around you drift countless indescribable space phenomena, meteors, planets, gases, colors you had never dreamed of, and before you stands none other than Zalmoxis. You are finally here! I've yearned for this day for so long, 1,000 years. What force do you think brought you here?
1,000 years? Me? How's that
I want your
possible?
loot! Okay, this is Remy.
Yeah.
He's either dumb enough to say the power of friendship, or confused enough to ask how that's possible.
See, this is why I send you those videos about that Derek guy, because you're not as, like, out there as him sometimes, but there's definitely moments where, like...
I feel like with practice, like with experience, I would be. I just haven't played Remy much.
Yeah, I know. This is why I see that. I look at that and go, like, this is... A lot of this stuff is 100% Naka-coded in the weirdest way.
That, and I also have a tendency to, like, take a leadership role, and Remy is 110% not that. So then I end up, like, having to take a leadership role still, and then I'm just kind of weird because it's Remy.
Which way is west? What's this way?
1,000 years? Me? How's that possible? It is very possible. In fact, it is the only possibility, but that does not answer my question. What force... Okay, back to this. Power of friendship. No, it is not fate, nor destiny, nor evil, nor good. It is love. The love that a father feels for his child, the undying love that remains even from beyond death. I have waited 1,000 years to see you again, my son.
Dun dun dun.
Gasp!
Not even in the old bardic tales is there a story with such a climax.
What? Explain yourself, Zalmoxis. Look, I am just a kobold problem.
You waited 1,000 years?
How is that possible? 1,000 years ago, you were taken from me. Your soul was destroyed through no fault of your own. Oh, well, they're gone then, if the soul was just destroyed, so I am clearly not your kid anymore.
Well, 1,000 years, but how is that possible? Well, I went out for a pack of cigarettes.
For 1,000 years, I toiled. I ripped the souls from the dead, the living. I experimented. I learned the deepest, darkest, most forbidden magic. It took 1,000 years of manipulating souls to bring you back, but it was worth it to see you before me once again, my son. So I'm undead? I love you, Dad!
I don't know. It's like, so I'm undead or I love you, Dad, feel like the Remy options.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm also the party leader, so I don't want to side with the villain.
Well, yeah, I know that.
So I'm undead? No! No, your soul has been reclaimed from the void through painstaking necromancy, through forbidden soul manipulation. So I'm undead?
You know what? I'm gonna stop you there. I feel like we could have this conversation back and forth. At what point are you considered undead? Like, if you die on the operating table, but they still resuscitate you, would you be considered undead in this kind of concept? Because there's like
I guess what is the definition of undead?
Because like undead is usually like, you know, skeleton, zombie, shambling corpse, that kind of thing.
You get the idea of like a zombie who's undead, but kind of the whole deal with zombies is that the soul is no longer connected to the body. It's effectively animated meat.
The undead from World of Warcraft, they are technically the same people. They're just in their decomposing bodies.
Mm-hmm.
They are considered undead, but also they're still like, you know, sentient. They understand who they were. They know that they are that dead person.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that, you know, they came back once their body had rotten to a certain point.
But then
I think they kind of stops.
But then there are higher undead, like vampires, that clearly do possess their original soul, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I think it's what is the body's state.
Yeah,
because
like,
if the body is dead, but animated through some other means, then it's undead.
Because, like, you have...
and, like, I am quite alive here, so I'm not undead.
I mean, you have the monster from...
I was dead.
From Frankenstein, like, technically made of corpse pieces, but is very much alive, and it's not a rotting body. Like, are they considered undead because it's just rotted, it's just corpse pieces sewn together, but, like, science brought the soul and body back to life?
Yeah, like, in that context, I wouldn't consider it undead. It has a soul, and it has a living body.
I think to be, like, undead, there has to be a certain point where, like, the body has kind of rotten away some, and there's just no concept of, like, the original person within the body.
Or, like, again with a vampire, there's no rotting or anything there. The body is perfectly fine, but it's animated through other means. They're not like, oh yeah, my heart's still beating and making sure all the blood goes through me, and if my heart doesn't beat, then down I go. Like, nah, they're undead. That's not an issue anymore. They're animated some other way.
Speaking of vampires, there was a little moment that when I was sick, I was looking. I got one clip of Vampire Hunter D, and I went down the rabbit hole of looking up stuff on Vampire Hunter D. First of all, way too much sexual assault in those novels. I don't know.
Oh, the novels were rough.
Oh, the novels are just like, how do I make this a bad person? He does bad things to people. And it's like, oh, you don't need to go that far. Secondly, I'd like to point out that in the first novel, they make some kind of reference that, like, Count Lee, I believe it's who it is, Magnus Lee. The whole...
Maybe.
It's Lee because Christopher Lee was Dracula in a lot of movies. Apparently he can do, like, that, you know, catching a blade with his bare hands kind of thing. And they make, like, a reference, like, only vampires can do this whole thing. And, like, D does it. And, like, that's the first clue that D... It's like... Lee goes like, I learned this from the great progenitor, or whatever he's called. And it's like, how did you know this? And that's when his, like, first clue is that D is the son of Dracula and the whole thing. And everything. And I'm just like, the catching a blade bear, you can do that as a fucking human. Like, the whole thing with, like, the ninjas is they had those climbing tools. Like, if you don't see that in the dark, you can catch a samurai's blade with that, and it looks like you're catching it barehanded. It's just like, that's not a vampire-only technique. Anybody can do this and this kind of stuff.
I think the idea is because humans are not overpowered.
Yeah.
Like, humans are very much humans in the D world. So, if a human just catches a blade that's actively swung at them with their bare hands,
probably just gonna slice.
Yeah, you do not, like, people do not have the strength to do that.
The point was, like, he could catch it and not be hurt by it and stop it, that kind of thing. But it was just one of those, it's like, this is not like a vampire-only technique.
But that doesn't mean it's a vampire-only thing, though. Like, you know how many weird monsters are in there? Like, there's werewolves and crap that I'm sure could.
He specifically says it's like he begged to learn this from Dracula, and it's like it took him so long to learn it. And, like, Dee's like, shh, and, like, one go, and it's like, how did you learn that? And this whole thing. And I guess the novels are still going, and Dracula still hasn't shown up and everything, and it's like, how could you go for, like, 40-plus years in this whole thing and not have it end for Vampire Hunter D? Because it's like 30-plus volumes at this point.
Yeah, like, honestly, because I did some research into this not too long ago, and I'm not going to spend long on this because we've been sitting here with Zalmoxis yelling at us for a while. But
we had an undead thing. I just wanted to get off my chest. But it very much,
because I did a little bit of research into that myself not too long ago, but it very much felt like, instead of wanting an overarching story where, like, D does have his own progression and eventual ending to, like, a big epic grand adventure or whatever, it felt more like he came up with a setting and characters and everything and just kind of wanted to do, what kind of adventure can I set these people into?
Yeah, it's like, this is D and this.
It's like, hey, I got thought up a new adventure for these idiots to go on.
And now D goes to this area, and that's just, like, the next volume.
And by idiots, I mean, like,
I think
D and his hand, because those are really the only two consistent characters.
I think they've said, like, some volumes actually, like, have cohesive stories to, like, connect it to their villains, but it's not like, you know, like, there's a setup for the eventual, like, D takes on Dracula and kills him or something. And then they go back and forth on, like, Dracula actually likes humanity and, like, knows that vampires are bad for it. But it's also, like, Dracula also wants to, like, you know, kill humanity.
Hasn't Dracula just been gone for, like...
I don't know. I think he, like... There's, like, implications that he's been dead forever.
Yeah, like, I feel like he's been dead.
But he's set up so many things later on down the line. It's like one of those, like, you know, 10,000 years in the future, this thing will activate, and it'll be, like, my revenge on something for whatever, and, like, D has to be the one to stop it and everything. But they also kind of imply that he's still alive somewhere, and it's just, like, taunting D for whatever reason, even though, like, there is a specific point in the backstory for Dracula where he fights and defeats Cthulhu, but it's not Cthulhu because they can't get around the trademark and everything. But it's just like,
Man, Dracula's a friggin' good dude.
Well, yeah, they make that point, but he's also, like, he doesn't really care for humanity much. He also still does the whole, like, assaults a lot of women to make dampiers kind of thing. So there's that whole thing, and also, like, you know, I guess still treats humanity as cattle, because they have that whole thing where he says, like, we're like a fading species or something, but it's the way he says it, and everyone goes, like, every vampire goes, like, oh, we're cool, we're the rulers of this world, and D's just like, we're not meant to be here forever, what is wrong with you people? But yeah, it was a whole thing. It was just kind of interesting, and also the fact that the two movies are literally Volume 1 and Volume 3, and it's like, they're also trying to make, like, a series out of it, too. That's supposed to be on Netflix at some point. I don't know, but it's just... Like, man, I was so taken aback. It's, like, just something about, like... I can catch this blade barehanded, and it's a vampire-only technique that Dracula has to teach you. And I'm like, that is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Just ever. You should be... I'm insulted for hearing this line.
I guess if you think about it as, like, more of a martial arts technique that had to be taught, more so than just a feat of raw strength. to do it, because, like, oh yeah, there's, like, werewolves and crap that, like, they can just no-sell a sword, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, like, okay, what if we have 2 equally powered vampires, and one of them swings a sword at the other one? You can't overpower them because you're equally powered. But there is a special martial arts technique known by Dracula and only taught to a choice few other people that let him, like, actually catch the blade.
Yeah.
With, like, a very specific
so he can counter.
Hand grab or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I got. That's
yeah.
all. Anyway. I have had to do terrible, terrible things to bring you back. Desecrate souls. Mutilate them. But it was worth it just to have you. The soul that I most covet. I make one offer to you. Join me. Lead an army of soul-scorched undead with me. Let us take every soul together.
You know what? Even if I loved my dad enough, that line, that's literally the Star Wars, like, join me and we can rule the galaxy kind of thing. It's like, Luke just doesn't want to do that. I don't know why you thought that would be the thing that would change everything.
And this is, this isn't just like, oh yeah, we can rule everything. This is, no, you're actually going into a significant amount of detail about some of the bad things we're going to be doing. I'm not cool with that. Never prepare to die! After the pain I endured, the millennium of sacrifice, the unbearable agony, this is my thanks? Evil is too gentle a word for the things that I shall do to your soul. Zalmoxis' hands begin to... I almost feel like that means Lyle was expecting us to side with him.
He did have kind of a surprise face. I'm like, huh?
Yeah. Zalmoxis' hands begin to glow a deep, almost black purple. He chants ancient, forbidden words to a spell long forgotten. A spell of soul-rending. We have to kill him before he gets it off. Oh, we're fighting now? Let me buff everyone real fast. Hey, everyone, enter security match, less play Hollywood aspect. Thank you, Rhea.
Man, she went through her whole spellbook on that one.
You charge the magician obscenely powerful at this point, as he recites his unholy incantation, slamming into him and knocking him off balance.
I know we're not going to get the whole thing. I wonder if those are, like, actual things you can relate back to D&D spells.
Maybe.
Because there are a lot of D&D spells that are just named after, like, actual... Like, either players throughout the history of the whole thing, or, like, background characters.
Your sword pierces his heart, runs all the way through his wretched ancient body. He tries to howl in pain, but no sound escapes his lips. And then he disintegrates into dust, the ashes of a soul long extinguished. He is dead. Zalmoxis the Soul Reaver is no more.
I mean, that first one feels like the Remy bit. Where it's
we did it!
We did it, guys! I killed my dad!
No paying...
Yeah.
No real grasping of what's going on.
But, like, the bad guy just revealed at the end that he was your father this whole time. Like, what's the emotional connection here?
Yeah, like, an evil guy told me that, sure, but, like, emotionally, I'm sure someone raised me.
Yeah.
That's my dad.
It's a Superman thing, you know? Like, just because you're my biological father doesn't mean you're my dad.
We did it, everyone! We've done it!
Zalmoxis the Soul Reaver has been stopped. The bards will sing of our glory. Yeah, starting with you.
Heck yeah. It was a hard-fought battle, but we finally won, We did it, everyone! I can't believe it! We finally defeated Zalmoxis! And so the adventure's journey was finally over. Zalmoxis had been defeated. They returned home as heroes. King Aramis rewarded them with incredible riches, and the bards sang of their victory for ages to come. Well, that was my Mazes and Wizards campaign, guys. I worked pretty hard on it. What did you all think? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's over. This has been so much fun. Honestly, I haven't thought about this game since college.
No! Can't believe it's over. That was too much fun. It's been way too long since I played this game. I'm surprised people are still playing it.
Mazes and Wizards is more popular than ever now.
They have this new module. It's called Daggerheart. You should probably play that instead. No kidding. We had to hide in the basement when we played back in the day so people wouldn't think we were dorks.
Can't say I saw that ending coming. It's been fun, Lyle. You clearly put a lot of work into this. Hey, thank you, Papa You. Well, thank you for playing, everyone. I forgot how to, embarrassing Zalmoxis was as a character. I wrote him a long time ago. The whole soul-stealing thing is pretty corny, isn't it? I guess I didn't see that at the time. Seeing this again after so long, I guess I ever play this campaign again, I might tone him down a little. No, I think it was cool.
I mean, you want your bad guy to be you got like liches out there. They do soul stuff, like, he rends souls apart. It's like, it's very still like D&D character thing. I honestly can't say I could see him toning it down.
It depends what you want to do with him. Like, do you want to make him a more complex, relatable character? Then yeah, you got to back off a little bit on the
you don't want to be
cartoon
the
villainy.
Overly top hat, long mustache, twirling bad guy who ties maidens to railroad tracks.
But at the same time, if you want someone who is just absolutely an evil guy and main antagonist / villain, no, that's pretty good actually. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. I mean,
anyway,
I'd probably tone off the whole, like, I'm your father kind of, the Darth Vader reveal kind of thing. That definitely doesn't really add much to the whole thing. It's like last second.
Yeah, I feel like maybe if you were looking into some of the research that he was doing before now, so by the time you get here, he's been working a long time on this.
Yeah, like
some kind of project.
You find some, like, 400-year-old diary or something that says, like, I will bring him back, I will bring my son back, kind of thing.
Not even that. Just, like, knowing that he has been working to bring a specific soul back, and then you get to the end and you're like, we gotta stop him from doing this because we don't know what it is, but whatever this soul is that he's trying to be back has gotta be, like, the worst thing ever. And he shows up and he's like, yeah, it was you, actually. Like, real crappy thing happened and you died, and, like,
Granted, we're also talking, like, trying to add in details to a game within a game here.
Admittedly.
So. And also, the most unrealistic aspect of this is that we got people together for this campaign, and it actually completed within less than a week.
That's true. That's the most unrealistic part.
You want to talk to Lyle, see if he says anything?
Yeah, we can do it. I'm just going to get out of here because it was nighttime.
Yeah, it's nighttime. It's like the day's over.
You're back. Okay, cool.
I don't know. I hope it'd be interesting to have him join. I don't know where you do. I guess you do it in your house if you did Mazes and Wizard.
Yeah, you just talk to him in your house.
Is that the statue still, or is that something else?